Hey YouTube, it's your boy Magnificent. If you're like me, it's wintertime, and wintertime for most folks means that's less time in the garage and more time inside. Well, we're gonna change that, and that's the case because most folks don't have a 220 volt in their garage so that they can have it heated. We are gonna change that today by installing a box so that we can install up there. If you don't see it, that is a garage heater. But first, let's get that 220 volt outlet installed so that we can power that heater. Let's get started.
We make the streams louder.
Go to Menards or some kind of Home Depot, Lowe's, and you're gonna get a box. And preferably gonna make sure your box has two of these 200 amp boxes. You're looking about $100, okay? Now, in addition to that, you're gonna also have to check your current box to see what kind, again, the brand of box you have underneath, meaning your main box. Now, I got a GE. If you can get the same box that you have originally, but the reason is you're gonna have to get another 200 amp separate from the one that comes in your package. That's gonna go downstairs in your original box. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna install this neutral here, right? I'm gonna install this positive like so, negative so, and then once that's done, this will be a perfect time for you to go ahead and start routing all your wires. What I personally like to do is get the box installed, route all the wires, meaning you run all the lines and all that. So, and once you have that done, then you can go downstairs, make all the connections. It just makes it really, really easy. But this time, because I'm not gonna be doing adding any outlets, really, all I'm gonna be doing is wiring directly my compressor as well as the heater. I'm just gonna connect this, go to the back, connect that, and we'll be good to go. My actual box, the one that comes with the house that I rented. So the biggest challenge you're gonna find is actually trying to snake this little tri-wire or quad wire from the box or wherever you want the end destination to this location. Sometimes there's walls. You're just gonna have to drill, maybe go through, put a flashlight, see where the flashlight shines out. But you just find any way you can to kind of get this snake through from there to there. That is your biggest challenge. But once you get that done, the rest is history. So now I'm just gonna kind of secure it in a place where it's secure. I'm gonna knock a hole through here, knock it in there, and then get my the 200 volt breaker here, and I'm gonna go ahead and connect it. So you buy the 100 amp fuse, 100 amp breaker, like I said, of this same model. So if this was a GE, you would get a GE model 100 amp. If this was like this is a D squared, you get this model. So I did that, and I'm gonna connect this in, right? Then I'm gonna simply put black, and these are my hot wires. I'll put the black and red to make it simple here. And then the neutral, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the ground there. And you don't need a second one is what I understand. I did it last time, I connected the ground anyway, but you want this ground connected to the copper ground that's coming from the outside, which is in this case right here. So what you could do is just get another terminal like I did. You look how packed it is up there. You don't want to, having to work when you have to. So just go buy another terminal. You stick it right there. Just self-tap it in, and then just put these in there. So I'll show you what it looks like at the end, but very, very simple. Once I get this connected, and by the way, you want to be safe, make sure you got this off and all that stuff. But once I get this connected, I'll be able to then turn my box upstairs off and simply connect whatever 220 volt, my compressor, my heater, the whole works. And just again, another thing to consider is just to make it easy for visualization, you want to go backwards, meaning you want to go downstream. If this is 200 amps, you want to get 100. So your box is going to be 100 box. So you just want to go downstream. It cannot be the same amperage from one to the other. One has to be the master, the other one has to be the slave. You don't need a 10,000 watt, you can get a 5,000, but they all pretty much work the same. The difference is sometimes you got the digital temperature, other ones are just mechanical, but you just need a 220 volt to be able to run most of them. So here we are. All right, so took it apart. It says go ahead and open this panel just to connect the wiring. Make sure you look at your wiring. Each one is different, but notice here they have hot, meaning the black will go one way, red will go the other way, and the third one, the ground, just goes into a ground. So you should attach one hot, which is red or black, and then the ground is gonna go straight to the ground. All right, so I went ahead and got a, notice 60 amp breaker here, because I'm gonna be going to one outlet that needs 220 and 240 volt. And I also got another 60 amp outlet here to wire in another outlet, which is gonna be my compressor. You have two options at this point. You can wire it directly, meaning you just run this wire, see how it is? Ground goes here, hot here. It doesn't matter whether it's black or blue, sorry, black or white. You can wire it directly and just run this wire straight to whatever outlet, which I'm pointing to where the heater is going to be. Same thing here. You can wire it directly. Notice this wire, it's already connected to my compressor. I could have removed these wires and just wired them directly. Here, notice the same three wires. One's green is ground, the two hots. Could have just, wire them here. But I want to be more portable. I don't want to always have to go into the fuse panel in order to remove things. So I went ahead and put a wall plug. I'm going to do the same thing here. So what I'm going to do, I went over to Menards and I just bought this female. I'm just going to put the two hots here. See? Put the white here, black here, one here, then the ground here. And I'm just going to mount this here. And I wanted to make it look pretty. So I got the, the wall deal. Basically, I got this set up, So I'm just going to connect these here and mount them right here just so that we can run the wire. And I'm going to create a plug like this for the heater. But again, that's the second option. So you can wire it directly or you can create plugs for it to plug into for more versatility. All right, so you notice I went ahead and wired black in there. Just literally took the screws out, pop the wires in there. Now I'm gonna pop this one into this one here. So I'm gonna kind of swing it around and pop it in there like so. So what I'm gonna do is swing it around. All right, so here we are so far. Got that in. Now just a finishing touch here. Pop that in there, make it look decent. Bam, put her like so. Mount her onto the wall, and we're just plug her in directly. So, probably the perfectionist in me is talking, but I want to make that hole look prettier. It just looks nasty. So, when I was at Menards, I got this little piece, the metal piece, and it's just too big. So, I'm gonna just put some Tesa tape on the back to kind of make it like a film. And I'm just literally laying it down, applying the tape, and sorry, over here. Just laying it down and just applying the tape. So I'm just gonna lay it down like so. I'm just gonna just an idea that came to me, just cover it up and then let the wires kind of go through. And it'll be like a covering almost. Do one more, because the cool thing about Tesa tape, it's really flexible. So the wires kind of just go through like that. And it'll look like a screen of some sort. Wanted to point out, sometimes you might need this lug. Looks like so. Basically, it's one of these things. This is where the neutral would go, but you gotta put the ground in here, and these are too small. So you buy these little lugs, and real simple. All you do is just, you put them in, you just screw them in here like so. Tight and straight, of course. And then your ground will go in there. And then you use your, this big piece here, and you screw it in right there. So you need to probably get that if maybe it doesn't come with it, because most boxes, so they only come with mine only came with this big neutral, didn't come with this extra lug. So just a heads up, got this in. These are normally T30s, So just a heads up, it goes so, like so. And it'll be a little tough, but just start off. So now to put the neutral in and we're good. So I got that routed. Just decided to close the wire with the little conduit. Got this going here. It's as simple as wham. It'll be plugged in. I'll move my toolbox over. Anyway, that's good there. Got this box back on. Notice how I kind of clean that up. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit more. Wrap the wire around. Go ahead and finish up. So where you do your piping probably won't have studs because you just basically trying to route it as you want. So you're gonna need to use some molly bolts to get it in there. Real simple. I just drilled in some hole just to kind of get an idea. I just drilled in some hole just to kind of get an idea of where I'd be. So I put these in, got the holes in, took them out, and now the rest is pretty simple. Now to create the plug for the garage heater. Gonna go ahead and just decide how much length you want. And I'm gonna start here. Just use this bad boy, go from there. Real simple because it gives you which one is width. So you put hot ground, route it through, you're done. You're just going to just basically screw these off. Route the wires in here, tie them up, however you want to do it. Make sure the wires are secure. Pop it back together and you're done. So when you got a big ball of wire and you want to just go ahead and cut it off, the easy way to know the length, because it isn't just as a crow flies, is to get a rope. If you just get a rope and you just simply map your rope, and then once the rope is mapped, meaning you snake it how you would like it, cut the rope off at whatever size, you know, just a small piece of thread works. And then you measure that thread, then you'll know how much you need. So I'm gonna go ahead at this point, go ahead and wire the area. So this is what I calculated here. So I'm gonna go ahead and at this point, wire the piece directly. It says L1 gets hot, L3 gets hot, and that's where we are. I think this is going to be neutral, so, or sorry, ground. All right, so you want to make sure that no wire is left bare. You want to make sure it's protected. And so we're going to use this little wire loom, get it in now, and voila. So let's do that. All right, so here it is. Got this all connected. Got the conduit looking good. Now let's go ahead and connect. Mounted. There was a problem that arose. It came on, but then when I plugged it up, it wouldn't come on. So I had to take this apart, see if there was any misconnections. Luckily, I had this connected, so I was able to test that plug on this to make sure that I didn't, misconnect anything. But as I was disconnecting the wires, I realized just in the process, it wasn't getting enough power because this had gotten cut. I would touch this together and bam, would be good. So just watch yourself as you're connecting. Got the panels back in, clean it up real good. I think that looks decent. Doesn't look perfect. So we got compressor. Success. All right, test of truth. Hear that noise? She's alive. She's alive. Alrighty. Boom. And folks, we got heat. That's the current temp. And it's gonna hook us up. It really was not that difficult. I know everyone's cold because it's getting wintertime, and if you're like me, you don't like cold. And working in the garage is one of those things that you do just to need to pass time, get things done. So difficult. I know a lot of folks are daunted because of electrical and thinking that you need some kind of specialties just to get it done. But I tell you, you're looking, depending on the kind of heater you're gonna get, or even if you're doing a 240 volt, $100 about for this. You're gonna need about maybe $50, $60 to get a secondary, a 60 amp fuse. If you're doing double, you have to get 2 of these. So you're looking about maybe $300 with some loom. I don't know, maybe $350 with the wiring and all the miscellaneous female and male prongs. But I don't know, for about $350, this saves you about $1,000 to $1,500 just doing it yourself. So, and if you want to get a good one, maybe $500. But you could truly even get it done for about $200, honestly. I just decided to go, good on the sub panel. But guys, I hope this was helpful. Like I said, I'm a novice, so if you have any suggestions, please shoot them over. Guys, I hope you really, really enjoy it. I'm gonna love working in the garage, having a warm garage to work on this wintertime. So that said, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks guys for watching. Magnificent signing out.